We've done it already.
Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Pop, pop. Pop.
Hello and welcome to Misfits and Monsters. I'm your scary neighbourhood dungeon master Aaron, and this week I've mostly been listening to a extremely heavy metal band called Mantar, who were introduced to me thanks to Pat. If you want some speaker destroying heaviness in your life, go seek Mantar out. So today we're minus our gnome bard and ogre barbarian Grogbog because Max has got other commitments at the minute. So it's his mum's birthday. So happy birthday, Max's mum. Maximum. She's the maximum.
Maximum.
That's good.
We always call my grandma the minimum because she's like 4 foot or something. She's tiny.
She's the minimum. That's
the
great.
minimum.
That's great.
Mum and minimum.
But we do have our Octobard back with us today.
Yes.
Mike.
Oh my god.
Mike K, the Kelator.
Hi. Been an age.
Yeah.
What's that? Sorry?
But so let's get with the character introductions. So let's start with Craig. Because you were always last. Yeah.
I'm always last, yeah. There you go, that's my character. I play Cray, a reptilian bugbear fighter with amnesia sometimes. Yeah.
Sorry, don't know what.
That's it.
Yeah, cool.
I done goofed.
You done goofed. Pat, Mr. Cool, Mr. 80s action movie star.
Oh wow.
Let's hear it.
I half expected another pair of sunglasses behind there.
I have endless sunglasses. They just keep on coming off. That's how I make my money. Hello, my name is Pat, and I play this guy called Steph, who's kind of a bad monk. But he punches people all the same, like a good monk should. And this week, I've mostly been listening to Bolt Thrower.
Bolt Thrower.
Yes, the seminal Coventry death metal band that you should all listen to if you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah. An acquired taste, but if that's your liking, then lick 'em up.
Those Once Loyal, great album.
Mike P.
Hello.
Enlighten us.
I'm Mike, one of the 2 mics that should be joining us this evening. I'm playing Ezra, who is a bard paladin. That's his new jam. He's on a path of righteous goodness. Bringing a bit of class to the group.
Did you say so?
Cool. Thank you, Mike. Kat. Your turn.
Hello, I'm Kat,
Put
and
that
I
stylus
play.
down.
I know. Well, I'm drawing D&D things. It's fine.
No, I know.
But I'm Kat. I play Tiefling Battle Mage, Kayla. She likes whips, she likes chains, flames, all the good things, and hot sauce. And I've been listening to Sleigh Bells because Pat reminded me of their existence. I've also been listening to
Pat's taste is always right.
Pat's taste is always right. I've also been listening to Bureaucratic and Flamingosis, which are like Flamingosis is more like it's like kind of it's like jazzy chill stuff, and then Bureaucratic's just chill. So it's good if you're into that kind of thing.
Cool. Thanks, Kat. Haz, you're up.
Hello, I'm Haas. I play Bramble, the stick, sickle, grin, fickle skin. I don't know, man.
Oh my god!
My mind just went blank. My mind just went blank there for a second.
We've been in quarantine too long.
Yeah, I've been in quarantine way too long.
Start again.
Already?
Good, Sideman.
I know, right? So I'll start again. So I play Bramble, the stick thin, sickle grin, fickle skin, real McCoy. Never to toy, second wind of a fiddle to any water divin, hoi polloi. Employed by this dribble of kin. He's the original sin, the hex slinging straw boy.
Amazing.
That's good. That's better.
Testify.
Quarantine has really it's taken a toll on my. And what I've been listening to regain some of that pizzazz, I guess, is Pheromonch.
Oh yeah, it's got an album out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've listened to some of the old stuff. So I listened to Eternal Affairs by Pheromonch.
Who's this?
Pheromonch.
He's on Sub Pop actually.
Yeah.
Sub Pop label.
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Oh, you're gonna have to listen. I do recognize a few tracks. Like this guy has like a easily recognizable voice. And Simon Says, everyone knows Simon Says. Fucking amazing Godzilla. Fucking beat to that. So
you'd love him, Pat. Mike K, what have you been listening to? We've not heard from you.
I've been listening to this sick new piano player in Hoffman Academy. He does stuff like hot cross buns and Froggy in the Middle as well. It's fucking ill. I'm telling you guys, you need to check it out if you're interested in like beginner, like child level piano lessons. You need to get amongst it. I'm telling you, it's just the greatest.
You and Mike,
it's not a waste of time to call
music
ill.
Such a broad perspective of culture.
See, you don't get this on other streams. The recommendations go from one end of the spectrum to all the way into another universe. Okay.
Yeah, his character though.
We introduced him. Well, tell us about Calamari, Mike. Come on, let's hear you describe him to people that may not know.
Calamari is he's by day he's a lover and a fighter. He's a bard and a musician. He's really deep into his music. You know, he's got layers. He's like an onion. And by night he's kind of the same. He's also a bard at night as well. Basically, night and day, he's the same thing.
He's a bard.
But he's a bard. And also, I should probably point out as well that he's an illithid, so you know he's got
a tentacle beard. Yeah.
Is he a Ringo Starr or more of a Pete Best?
We're breaking all the rules in our game. Illithids can be rogues and good. Like, maybe the ceremorphosis process didn't quite take with this guy.
He got hit on the head
during the process, and it retained the brain damage, saved his human brain. Okay, so that's all the introductions over with. I'm sure people are better informed now than they were before, or not, as the case may be. So let's start. So you're in the Yawning Portal, you're at a table sharing some drinks with a hippo woman that has emerged from the entrance into the Undermountain that exists within the bar that is the Yawning Portal. and you are discussing a meeting with the Open Lord of Waterdeep, Laeral Silverhand. So Calamari comes waltzing through the tavern, looking for you, having been pointed towards the establishment by mutual acquaintances. He's just arrived back in Waterdeep after one of his sojourns to try and find out more about Nigel and his squirrel's whereabouts, his stolen squirrel companion's whereabouts. So, Calamari and guys, it's up to you. Let's take it from here. Your Octobard swallowing in.
Hi!
Hey!
Which is the
What's-
universal.
Calamari! You're still alive.
I've lost all of your pictures right now.
At least I'm not the worst smelling guy at the table anymore, I guess.
Hey.
That's
Going up in
true.
the world.
Oh,
Yeah, we did have a little encounter with some wild magic as
Yeah.
well. So currently, all of our magical items are glowing. Bramble is letting off a putrid smell of rotting corpses. And what was the other one?
A giant silver statue of
Oh, a
Ezra
giant silver statue.
dropped from the sky and is now on display for
You'll
all
have
to
seen that
see
on the way
in
in.
the court of the White Bull.
Oh shit!
Oh dear.
Bollocks.
We lost my.
Discord can't handle it tonight. I bet the
No.
servers are just chugging
There it is.
because
Probably,
everybody's.
yeah, here he is.
Are you alright, Mike? What did you hear any of that?
Sorry, I couldn't hear anything from like a few people's kind of like feeds, so sorry. I restarted.
That's okay.
Did you hear that Bramble has been cursed by a wild magic effect that's making him stink really bad?
No, I was just getting nothing but silence on that.
Okay.
Uh,
All of the groups, because they've also been affected by a wild magic surge, all of the magical items upon their bodies, like the various potions and weapons and armour and things they've got that are magically imbued, are glowing like bright white, like they've got flashlights all over their bodies. So you'll be somewhat stunned to notice that. And Bramble stinks, and there's a huge hippo woman dressed in like a militaristic uniform, holding a blunderbuss gun at the table with
A
her.
blunderbuss.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
She turns to you and she's
Yeah,
like,
sure, blunderbuss.
she's like, "Oh, an elephant! There is an elephant in here! Do you not see this vile creature? He's like, I must exterminate it immediately!" And she gets her blunderbuss.
Whoa.
I'll grab the.
No! You must not touch!
He's with us.
It's like, roll a persuasion check.
Oh shit! It's not going to be good.
Mhm.
Yeah.
17.
17. Let's see. You're good. She's like, are you sure? You vouch for this creature?
Yeah, he's great.
How can he be great? He's on the scourge of the multiverse.
He's not.
Normally, yeah.
No,
Well-
I do children's parties.
Children's parties? They let children near a
I'm not-
brain eater?
He's a
I'm more of a
vegetarian.
vegetarian these days.
What? She just looks baffled by this entire situation. She's never experienced anything like this before. She's like, well, I've heard it all now. I'll be jiggered. She's like, a friendly mind flayer? Oh, well, something must have happened to you that's very singular and peculiar indeed for you to not have been converted to one of those bloody cerebral suckers.
Lobotomy.
Well, anyway, you'll have to forgive me. It's going to take me some getting used to this. It's shoot on sight normally with your kind.
He grows on you.
Yes, I bet. Like a bloody tentacle. Well, shall we off then? I've had my fill of this alcohol. Isn't it time we went and met this leader of the city of yours?
Yeah.
Well, lead the way.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going.
Is that the plan? Is that what we're doing? We're waiting for anyone?
think so.
Okay.
I thought we were waiting for Matt.
Oh, wait, no, Mert's already here, isn't he? We spoke to Mert.
Mert left to go and collect the maps of the Underdark that he might have from
I requested.
when he returned years ago.
Oh, we know the way, although it's night time now, right? So I guess we don't know the whereabouts off
Potentially as
duty.
well, because the castle.
Did we
walls-
send a guard to go and...
Yeah, because the castle walls could be under attack, so I don't know, we'd better be on our toes around the city. Whereabouts is the
Yawning Portal is nowhere near the castle ward, as far as I can remember. My brain is.
What's
So
your
look. Come on, map of Waterdeep work. There we
It's
go.
just south of it. It's like a few blocks
Down.
more than a few blocks.
Yeah, because it's in the sea ward, isn't it?
Trades ward.
Trades ward.
Well,
No, it's not in the
Dock
trades
ward.
ward. It's in the dock ward.
Yeah, it's North Dock Ward.
Yeah.
And
So,
where's the Lord of Waterdeep?
Laeral Silverhand is in Castle Waterdeep, which is in Castle. I believe. Could be wrong.
Castle Waterdeep.
Okay, it looks like it's not too far.
I mean, you could walk there within an hour or so, you know, from where you are,
Do that.
I would say.
Oh, Castle Waterdeep's.
It's the big structure right in the middle of
it's
the.
it's just below Castle Ward.
Yeah,
Yawning Port's close to that.
yeah, so
yeah.
you could get there fairly
Cool.
quickly. I mean, you would know this being inhabitants of Waterdeep for a few, you know, for
Yeah.
quite a while now. And Ezra would especially know that,
Yeah.
like, being a native. So, Ezra, I mean, you could lead the way.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I mean, the trouble is, I guess should we go to, which building should we go to right now?
That's... If we leave a message with Bonnie and forgot who the owner, Durnan, for Mert and Durnan to meet us at Castle Waterdeep with what's her face?
Voira, Safar,
Voira,
the
yeah, that's the one. I
Blackstaff.
was just looking through the notes.
Yeah.
Voira at Castle Waterdeep, or to rendezvous there.
Did she go ahead to Castle Waterdeep to meet with Laeral Silverhand?
I think she did.
She did, so she's already there. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, Castle Waterdeep is literally around the corner.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
We just
Okay.
gotta, so we could ask Durnan to meet up with us when Mert comes back. So both him and Mert can come down to the castle while all of us are there.
So, does one of you go and ask Durnan then? Bramwell,
Since I'm the most persuasive, I guess I'm just gonna
okay,
walk up.
so like he gets a faint whiff of the stench aura emanating from you, because even though it's been localized to like closer to your body, it's still, you know, if you lean forwards, people can still get a noseful. And he's like, no, it doesn't react largely. It's just like, okay, I can't help you.
Yes. When Durnan returns,
Mert.
Pat. Oh fuck. When Mert returns, in my brain today, man. When Mert returns, could you inform him that we're making our way down to the Castle Waterdeep to meet up with Vera?
Like, I can do that. Yep.
You might as well come along.
I got work to do here.
Fair. I'm not sure. Was he meant to come along with us?
No.
Durnan.
I think they were just going to make maps for us, weren't they?
Oh, okay, fair enough.
They've got some maps they already have.
Okay.
Durnan's like a really surly bastard anyway, so I doubt he'll ever leave.
Their adventuring days are behind them.
Yeah.
Nah, fair. Though we could use the extra help down in those tunnels, down in the Underdark.
What did we do with that? The monk opposite of Sith.
You've still got him captive. He's in the Blackstaff's tower.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I didn't know what you wanted to do with him, so I just
You could use him as like
left it up to you.
a bait and just have him ahead of us and he can get killed.
No.
Bit dark.
So have you got him with you?
That's
now?
not a bad idea.
No. Okay.
We'll figure it out on our own. We don't need that dead weight. He could turn on us or lead us down the wrong path.
True.
Okay, so Dorabeth is like, well, come on then, chop chop,
Okay.
lead on, time's a wasting.
Let me finish my drink.
And she grabs it out of your hand and is like, let me, there you are, all gone, come on then.
I want to that. Okay.
So make haste to
off
cast
you
a
trot.
Waterdeep.
So you go to cast a Waterdeep, and just to speed things up, you know, being known to the guards there by reputation and name, because of the services you've provided recently to the city's defence, they let you through, and the captain even says to you like, yeah, we are expecting you. The Blackstaff was here just a few moments ago, explaining to us that you might turn up at some point. So, yes, please go ahead. We'll escort you into the meeting chambers with the Open Lord. So
Thanks, Jeff.
you're escorted through. So how did you know my name's Jeff?
I smelled it.
He taps his nose.
That's an impressive sensory organ you have there, sir. Right. Well, anyway, follow after me, and he like trots off and leads you through the grounds into the main building, up to a particular room, and as you were escorted in, and he knocks on this like big impressive set of double doors, you hear like enter, and he swings in and he's like, my lord, the Misfits are here as you expected. Shall I let them in? She's like, of course, bring them inside. And he's like, right, in you go, and see you later. And he leaves and leaves, lets you guys enter. He's like, yep, thank you.
What a nice guy.
So seeing the hippo woman, both Laeral Silverhand, the Open Lord, and Voira the Blackstaff are kind of like taken aback somewhat, and she's like, we were not expecting a gift. Who is this individual? She's like, let me introduce myself. I am Dorabeth Rumpington, of the Curly Tusk and the Smoke Eaters platoon. I am the 525th Gift platoon. My entire crew was mercilessly destroyed on our sojourn through the Undermountain from the Stardock in an effort to warn you in advance of a threat to the city that will involve creatures of gigantic proportion from the planet Falx being portaled in here to wipe your civilization off the map. She's like, you must take action immediately or you will be doomed. And they're both kind of like, their heads are being blasted back by the force of her wind. And Laeral Silverhand and Voira the Blackstaff both look towards you, and they're like, you vouch for this being? Explain. So I want all of you to attempt certain things to try to convince these two that what the gift lady says is to be taken seriously and accurate. So
Things.
So I want you all to make a decision for me. Do you believe the gift, for a start? Like, do each of you will all believe her story and that it's valid? And I should also add that Dorabeth then says, before anyone else can intervene, she's like, I offer my services in defence of your fine city, though due to my losses and the great risk involved, and of course my expertise is of great value, of course, I would require a fee of 25,000 gold pieces for my assistance. I'm sure you can afford that. And like Laeral Silverhand's eyebrows shoot up in like, offence at the suggestion. So, one by one, what do you want to do in order to try and convince the Open Lord to accept this offer, or otherwise? You can I can't really tell you what to do. So
Shall I go first?
yeah, if you want, Ezra. Yeah.
Well, I believe this fine woman at her word. The Misfits are more than enough to help your city defend itself. This is a great fight you will have on your hands, and you have the whole city watch to help too. I think one extra hand seems like an extortionate amount of money, don't you think?
Are you saying it's to Dorabeth or Laeral? Sorry.
To Laurel.
Okay. And you just said that you think that's an extortionate amount of money to us.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Dorabeth, she's like, excuse me, I'm worth every penny. It's like, could possibly convince me to lower my fee? It's like, so, I mean, I'll give you a chance to haggle with Dorabeth on behalf of the city. Do you want to do a persuasion check?
Sure. So yeah, I'll say you must understand. There's a great many strains on the kitty the purse strings of this city. I've lived here too long to see it wasted in one night.
Okay.
If you could perhaps lower this amount and maybe
like,
this some more reasonable compensation we can find for you. Perhaps one that does not include such a hefty sum of gold. Is there anything else you may be interested in?
She's like huffing and puffing. So roll a charisma persuasion check for me, please. See if you can get to lower her fee or waiver it.
23.
23.
Ooh. He's flashing his charming smile the whole time, clearly.
I'm not sure what's shining more, those teeth or that bald head.
Oh yeah.
Since he's lost all his hair.
So
yeah.
But
I've lost my hair, but I've not lost my charm.
She's like, well, the lowest I'm willing to go is 1,500. The risk alone, and the journey, and the cost for my resources and repairs to my ship. She's like, is 1,500 not reasonable?
1,500 is a big step down from 25,000.
Well,
that sounds more reasonable.
You convinced me. You tugged at my heartstrings, sir.
It is a good cause.
Yes, you are right, but I have costs.
The city would be in your debt.
The city would be
Perhaps
in
you
my
might
debt.
like it here.
Make another persuasion roll.
They might make a statue out of you.
A statue out of you?
And I nudge.
25.
See the statue they made of Ezra.
Well, not actually out
Never
of you,
see
but a
it.
statue for you.
Exactly. Think of the tale that they'll tell of Dorabeth, the savior of Waterdeep. Quite poetic,
Okay.
right?
She's like, well, how's 10,000? Is that reasonable?
Whoa.
Is it?
I guess
So
is it?
Let's see. So she's lowered her price due to your haggling, but you've still got to convince the open lord that this hiring her would be a good idea. So one of you's got to do a persuasion check on Laeral Silverhand to see if she
Not me.
is
I still think that's an extortionate amount of money.
Well, I don't know how much lower I can go without not being able to afford to return home.
Well, perhaps that could be compensation then. If perhaps the Blackstaff could find a way to get you home.
So do a persuasion on Voira to see if she's open to that.
19. It would save a great deal of money to could go to better.
Well, she's like, but if you call, of course, she picks up on your line of reasoning. She's like, perhaps I could do some research into the realm space beyond our plane, and I will do everything in my power to get you back to where you are from, especially if you are willing to help us with this looming threat. Yes, of course. And Dorabeth is like, well, what about 5,000? I mean, really, I should come back with something after the losses I've suffered. All my men are dead. It's only me. So
That's fewer ways to split the money, of course.
Well, it's not the money. You don't seem to understand, sir. It's not for my profit. It's for the grand empire of the Gith. We can't return empty-handed after suffering such great losses. I have to show I've earned something, or honor is not enough.
Does it have to be gold?
Well, I just spat that out as a value because I know your people here value gold as a currency.
As a currency, that's true, but I think people here also value artifacts and things as such.
All right. Well,
We're also rich in abundance of those.
Well, if these objects you speak of are of a value equivalent to gold pieces, I'm sure my superiors would look favourably upon that. If you could pay me in those rather than actual gold.
Well, you could always have a bit share of our spoils when we go adventuring.
Well, how long would I have to wait for that?
I don't know.
I'm not convinced of that. The appeal of that offer. I mean, I would rather see an immediate return, so that if I return to my superiors, they can have it to compensate them.
I think if we...
These men were valuable resources, and my ship too.
If we
A
give
lot
you
of time
some
and
of the
money
gold
went
now,
into training them. Oh, sorry. My skeleton-faced friend, please continue.
if we were to give you some of the gold now, for you to come along, and then afterwards, we could, after this is all done and over, we could find those artifacts for you. They don't take long. My friends here are all we are soon to run a smaller agency, a detective. Is that a detective agency? I don't know. I always forget. I'm the detective. But I'm just going to say it's a
The
detective
adult
agency.
detective agency.
We run, exactly. And acquiring such things would be easily within our reach.
I see.
And I just grin at her with my like
roll a persuasion
magnitude
check.
grin.
Roll a persuasion check,
God.
Bramble.
Wish me luck.
Misfits Incorporated.
Ooh.
Monsters Discorporated.
Monsters Discorporated.
That was what you wanted.
Persuasion.
Yeah.
23.
She's like, well, okay. Well, and they're also handbots. She's like, so are you suggesting that you are paying this individual's fee for assisting us, or are we still to foot some of that bill? I'm confused. Please clarify.
A joint effort would be more than satisfactory, since it is the city we're saving. Wouldn't you agree?
Roll a persuasion check.
God damn it. 18?
Oh, you're good, yeah. So she's like, yes, you have a point, especially if things are as dire as you're claiming. Okay, we agree. It was 5,000, wasn't it, that you haggled down to? 5,000? Would that satisfy you, my large lady? Excuse me.
Oh my god.
And Dorabeth is like, oh, don't worry, I take that as a compliment. Girth, size, those are all things we value in our culture. Yes, I am a large lady, and I'm bloody proud of it. And she's like, well, yes, okay, with the promise of these additional funds provided by your misfits here, and the 5,000 to be going on with, it's a deal. You have hired me. I will assist you to the best of my ability.
Don't die.
I won't die. It is not my time yet. I would have died already. And, so...
just to clarify, just to be a stickler here, but precisely what have we hired you for, and for how long?
troubleshooting and tactics against defeating enormous monsters. I do have some experience with it in hunting them. I'm not anything quite as prodigious as a Terrasque, but other game of sizable proportion. I can advise. I am a military expert, a tactician.
So shall you be advising the City Watch
I
on,
will do
on
that,
their
yes.
response?
Yes, if you would allow it. I would instruct everybody on methods and means in which to combat these creatures. How to shore up defences against them and the like.
And will you be joining us? And perhaps if we would need to visit the Undermountain, or is that not part of your reach?
Well, if I might be needed here in order to advise upon city defences, so really depends if we have the time, and I mean, I'm unsure of exactly when these things are scheduled to appear. It could be any moment. So,
Luckily,
you
we
better
did
get to
send.
work.
Luckily, we did send some guards to watch over the. Was it the castle ward?
yeah.
Yeah.
So some of them have gone to
Though
investigate.
Though you said you've been down to the Underdark, so wouldn't that be
Undermountain.
the Undermountain? Sorry, my bad. You would be the freshest pair of eyes we have.
So you think I should immediately dispatch myself to the castle ward and advise the guard that you've already got posted there and on how to tackle this task?
What do you guys think? I was thinking more like you could come with us.
Are we leaving straight away?
So are we going to try and head to the Undermountain to try and tackle the source of the problem while she stays back here and coordinates a defense strategy?
So
if we should.
Lair or Silverhand, hearing you discuss this, interrupts. She's like, I have a better idea. We'll handle the defense of the city and an investigation into the Undermountain. I would like you to go around to the various factions within Waterdeep and in the immediate surroundings and attempt to convince them of the severity of this threat and try to unite us all in an alliance against it. I can think of no better people to attempt this, and I think it would be the better use of your
And that is a
services.
sorry state.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, the two between you and the scarecrow there, you certainly have the gift of the gab. Yes, my big good friend.
My expertise lie more in.
You want us to dispel the wild magic. Vora, should we get on with it?
Please.
Vora is like, very well. And they both like investigate you, like feeling out the magic surrounding you and do some dispel measures against them, and they're gone. All of them are gone.
Yes.
So,
I hope this doesn't affect my magnificent statue.
God, I hope it does. You couldn't do this at the.
Well, they didn't detect anything on you other than the glowing magic items and the stench that's emanating from Bramble. And Laeral, seeing Calamari, she says to you, "This must be quite unusual for you, Dorabeth, with this gentleman allying with you. How do you feel about allying with the Gif? Your two races are often diametrically opposed to each other, I hear." It's Mike Whippers. Mike? Kelly?
Wait, what? I mean, since we've met, we're getting on famously, aren't we? Yes.
Dorabeth, she looks at you side-eye, like she's like, "Yes, I suppose so."
We have to move already. You can see it. It'll be fantastic. We'll have some famous times ahead of us, I can tell.
Yes. Do a persuasion check on Dorabeth to see if she'll warm to you.
22.
22.
What?
That's good.
Wow.
He's like, you are the phrase just went complete up my. I had it on the tip of my brain, and then it just went poof. She's like, you're rubbing off on me. I must admit, you're quite amusing. And you seem to get on really well with the rest of this motley lot. So I know. Perhaps this is the beginning of a new era in cooperation between our two peoples.
You flatter me, madam, yes, and maybe later on I can buy you a drink.
Oh, that would be splendid! In fact, you could buy me 10!
Excellent, I'll buy you 20.
So you
At least
guys
you're,
succeeded in
at least
getting...
you're not a gith.
Oh, what?
At least you're not a gith, because it's the gith with a th that hate the benefits, right?
Is it GIF or is it GIF or is it, you know?
No, it's a different race of creatures.
No, I know, but the GIFF people do. Is that pronounced?
They also hate. I guess everyone hates the elephant.
Yeah, everyone hates the elephant. Which is why Calamari has so much trouble with people throughout the.
He's got a lot of making up to do.
Yeah, he's the single ambassador for that species in this entire realm.
They hate him, so.
Oh my god.
So you've earned 2 points by the rubric that I'm following here. So
2 points.
yeah,
points mean
no,
bucks.
which means that Laeral is going to hire you. Dorabeth.
Okay.
And she says, in addition, she's like, at the end of our meeting, I will immediately put every member of the City Watch, the City Guard, and the Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors on call, and I will send them throughout the city to not only watch over it, but also improve our defences, both magically and physically. So we'll be on full high alert from this point forwards. But will you
Gonna need
agree?
some pretty big weaponry for this.
We have some ballistas that we have been saving for just such an incursion that are of enormous magnitude, and they could suffice if we turned them inwards should this come from Castle Ward, or without. And also there are the walking statues. We could attempt to reanimate some of them in defence of the city. Though the last time that happened, they destroyed as much of the city as they saved. But if these circumstances are so extreme, then it will be justified. But will you agree to take on this task that I've given you? Will you try to enlist the varying, differing, often opposed factions within our city in alliance against this threat?
Yeah.
I guess we have no other choice.
Very good. Well, use your contacts. I'm sure you have them. And I can give you a list of various people to meet as well, should you require it. Voira and myself have been discussing this since she arrived, and we've drawn up at least 6 or 7 people that you could approach to aid us. But you must impress upon them how urgent this is. Well, I'll give you the list. And she hands over a rolled up piece of parchment. Do you take it, Cray? Okay. Yeah.
I can't read. There you are, guys.
Bradwell's just going to roll his eyes right into the back of his head. It's like, God.
Like, actually.
Yeah, like actually, you just see his eyes physically roll into the back of his head.
Squiggly
It's an
line.
illusion at this point.
Kayla takes it and has a read. She can read.
So, where's Mike?
Oh.
The camera's still on. It's just he's probably gone out of the room to do something.
Okay, well, the list. Do you want me to read out some of the names on the list to you, Kayla? Is it Kayla that's got it?
Yeah, I'm reading. I'll read it out loud.
So there is Jerif Falcon, who's a representative of the Emerald Enclave. Jerif Falcon, she can be located in the gardens of Falconmere in the Southern Ward. So someone want to make notes of this?
Falcon.
So Jerith Falcon of the Emerald Enclave in the gardens of Falconmere in the Southern Ward.
Where are my notes?
Jareth, what, sorry?
Falcon.
P-H-A-U-L-K-O-N.
Oh, PH.
Falcon. It's a very unusual spelling of that.
Like Falcon.
Yeah.
Jareth Falcon of the...
Emerald Enclave.
Jareth Falcon, representative of the Emerald Enclave. At the gardens of... At the gardens.
Southern Ward.
The gardens of what, sorry?
Gardens of Falconmere in the Southern Ward. Yep, from the next one.
Yep, go ahead.
You ready? Jalister Silvermane of the Lord's Alliance.
Silver.
They spend most of their time in the Yawning Portal, so they can be found fairly easily there.
Of the silver, what did you say?
Jalister Silvermane of the Lord's Alliance.
Silvermane. Cool. Oh, that's cool. Got that. Of the Lord's Line, Yawning Portal.
Yeah. Ready for the next one?
Yes, sir.
Savra Bella Branta of the Order of the Gauntlet. Live typing. This is riveting.
It's like, yeah.
You got
Someone
that?
on the typewriter.
And she can be
Oh, look.
found
Yeah,
in the
that's it.
Halls of Justice, the Temple of Tyr, in the Castle Wall.
Temple of
Tyr, T-Y-R.
Castle. Cool.
You got that?
Yep.
And then there's Davil Starsong of the Zentarin.
Ah!
And they can also be found in the Yawning Portal because they do all their business in the establishment's tap room.
Come here.
Yeah. And they're also... There's Jarl Axel Bainray. Yeah.
Jalaxel?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's a mercenary who represents the Bragenderf mercenary group.
Okay.
Where's he located? Man, I can't remember where he is. I'll tell you that in a bit. There's also a suggestion at the bottom, with question marks next to it, that says potential allies with big question marks. It's like the Castellanta noble family.
Castellanta Noble, what, sorry?
Family.
Well, doesn't that ring a bell?
The Shard Shunners. The Xanathar's Guild.
Oh, Jesus. That's gonna be difficult.
then it says other factions ? Like and then in brackets the Misfits might know ? Like if you can think of somebody else to approach, and then finally at the bottom it says Aurinax, which is Aurinax, and it says Gold Dragon resides in the vault of dragons beneath the city.
Ooh. Shit, that's a dragon. Thanks, Ward.
And Voira steps forward. She says, "I might advise that you all maybe split up to cover more ground in shorter time. And those of you that feel you have any familiarity or connections with any of these factions, perhaps you should be the ambassador for us to recruit them or enlist them in helping us in this time. For example, I know that your friend Calamari there is a Zentarim associate.
Yeah.
Perhaps you would like to go to the Zentarim and speak with them if you could bear it."
There's no problem. I can take on Star Song, was it?
Yeah, Davil Starsong.
Phil Star Song.
Do any of you have anybody you can approach from any of the list, the members of the list that you? Is there any particular preference you have?
You said you knew someone, Cray Cray?
I know him, Terrasques, but he'll probably kill me.
Oh.
But they could all kill me. I'll go see that one.
Okay, so you're going to go and see John Axel. Anybody else want to volunteer for any of these particular individuals?
The name Castellander.
Yeah.
So I was just gonna say to her that name. I was just saying the name Castellander rings a bell. From
They
what we
are-
know,
They are one of the most powerful and also notorious noble families.
aristocrats, rumors of bad luck, lots of unpleasant death.
Yes.
You were told about them in the book.
Yes. I mean,
You
all
did
of these
inquire.
things circle around them. They have yet to be proven, though. But they could prove to be powerful allies if the rumours of their
Powerful allies. I don't know. Their names were in the ledger.
Oh shit, yeah.
the
Yeah, they
legend.
were.
Should we explain the situation with the jelly balloon?
Voyer has already told you.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that in character.
Yeah, I said that in my voice.
Okay. Well, Voyer, she says, "Do not worry. I have told Laryl everything that you informed me of. I showed her both Bramble and Ezra's journal entries, so all of the finer details are known to us.
It is now.
I've tried my best to convince her," and she side-eyes her, "that what you have experienced and witnessed is valid and true." And Laryl is just like, "I have only her word. I do not know any of you personally, and as with most of her associates, you are rascals of varying stripe or another, who are useful when the time comes that we need you, but yes."
You could ask from the Lords of Daggerford. We did free Daggerford.
Yes, right, we know of this. That's why your reputation preceded you when you first arrived in the city, and you were allowed in and not immediately prosecuted for the accusations that were brought against you, if you recall.
No.
Well, it did you in good stead. It helped in your defence in the trial. So yes, of course, but it still, you bring a lot of trouble with you wherever you go.
Yeah.
And some of your members are less than savoury. There was one particular individual, I believe his name was Maloric, and he was a noted murderer, wanted in many areas of the realm.
When you say it like that, it doesn't sound good.
Trying to establish a temple of Shah in a civilized part of the Sword Coast, it does not speak well of the man. I'm glad that he is no
Well,
longer
I
with
mean,
you.
we wouldn't speak well of the man either, so.
Well, anyway, have you decided which of you wants to pursue which contact? So, I mean, really, you guys have got to pick someone that you want to go in.
Well, I'm going to Jilaxel.
So you're going to Jilaxel.
Jilaxel.
Calamari is going to go to Davil. What about the rest of you?
Sorry, I was out of the room for the first few. Were there any that were like? I guess I could either take nobles or religious.
There's there's Gilles de Silvermane. There's a lord who hangs out. The lords aligned
Gareth
in the Orny
Falcon.
portal.
I think Savra Bellabranta might be suitable for Ezra because she's a knight of Tyr. She's a Tetherian knight, and they tend to be
That sounds good. Yeah.
She might be open to your particular type of charm and personality, given you're both of a lawful order. I don't know. Is Ezra lawful? I don't know. What's his alignment? He's lawful.
He does not.
Okay. We'll just make that assumption. You're so shiny that you just emit wholesomeness despite your.
Yeah, I think let's go neutral. Neutral. There's some flexibility in neutral.
Okay. What about the rest of you guys then? So Ezra's going to take on Savra.
What can you tell us about the Shawners?
Yeah, with the Sharshanners.
Good question.
Sounds like an interesting.
Because it's good that you asked that because I completely forgotten about them.
Ah.
They're in the Waterdeep book actually. Dragon Heist. Go. I think they're in here anyway.
They sound extreme.
Vaguely remember. Right, now I'm just going to have to do a wiki search for these because I can't find it. Damn it. No, I can't find an entry about them. I'm assuming they're like somebody that doesn't like light. The sounds of it. There's people who know better than me that are screaming about the law. No, you're wrong! I don't know. They sound interesting. If you want to pursue that end, you're welcome to.
Yeah, I was either going to pursue them or the Castellanders because they seem like a family that, or they seem like nobles or rich family that could, in Bramble's mind, just the fact that they're, from his past, he'd be like, oh, they're a family that'll need information and they'll do any means necessary, as in hire someone like him to find things out, and he could offer his services, and in return, sway him to this course, if that's possible, and get some more information because he's interested.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, so you can take that on. That's by all means. We'll mackle something together about them. I'm sure I can find some deep lore if I search for long enough on the internet and read through these books all over again. Or we'll just make it up on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so okay, I'll make a note that you're going for. Shards. Help with that actually.
Who's Gareth Falcon in the Emerald Enclave?
The Emerald Enclave are kind of druidic ranger type kind of nature defenders. So they're probably open to anybody that's got more of an affinity with the natural world.
Mm.
But,
They pretty want to talk to someone whose whole deal is fire and burning shit.
Probably not.
Well, you know, you do
But
what you want. There's only so many
They're
of you.
kind of a religious order, right? In a way.
I can't. I wouldn't say religious, but maybe.
I'm just trying to think because Sif would be best fitted trying to talk to the priesthood
Okay.
or monks or any of those types. I'm sure my experience as a monk of Ilmater would endear me to someone in the clergy. One should hope.
I mean, if you. Well, I mean, the Shardshuners are a criminal faction, so they're not going to be any good for you, Sif. Unless, I mean, you share their interest in avarice, so you could.
You broke up there. Could you start from the beginning?
The Shardshuners are a criminal faction, and as are the Xanathar's Guild, so, I mean,
Yeah.
Sif likes money, he has that in common with them.
Shardshuners.
Shardshuners or the Xanathar's Guild.
Okay, I'll go talk to the Shardshuners. Maybe we can strike a deal.
So, Bramble, are you where? Didn't you say you were going to do the Shardshuners? Sorry.
Shardshuners or the Castellanders?
So go. You
You're
go
gonna
and see
do
the
the Castellanders, I
Castellanders,
do the Shardshuners.
and yeah,
Cool.
and Sif will do the Shardshuners. Okay. And so.
Right. And I'm only asking that because I already wrote down Shardshuners and I can't be asked to write down the other one.
That's fine, man. So, Kat, that just leaves you without a mission. So, what do you want to do? You got.
Well, there's Xanathar's Guild.
Yeah.
Is that the last one?
There's the Emerald Enclave, Jerif Falcon. There's the Xanathar's Guild. There's Oranax the Dragon. If you want to go and talk to Oranax.
I reckon we should do that as a bit of a group.
Yeah, just in case.
Or if there's any other factions that any of you individually that aren't listed here want to try and approach to help, you can do that. It's up to you. They're not they don't have power. They're not going to help you defend the city against.
They could just clean up the mess.
They can clean up the mess. Yeah. They'll spend several weeks just shoveling away humongous Terrasque heaps with human bodies sticking out of them. Yeah.
Just looking through a list.
They could help with possibly the Xanathar's Guild because it was a Cole that had connection.
No, he had this connection with the Zentarim.
Oh.
But as I said to you,
okay.
if you want to use that, because you did so well
We
in
have-
that adventure,
yeah.
you've earned like a favour, which is like a metagaming favour. So if you want to cash that in, the Dung Sweepers will help you in some capacity achieve something, that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to.
That could be that. I don't know. Just thinking.
It's not a bad idea. Which one? Well, we don't know these people. It's like
No.
they've all got a bad feeling about these people. I might want to help them.
The only one that I have an interesting feeling about is the Castellanders, only because their name popped up in that book or in the ledger.
Yeah.
So, okay, Bramble, because you've do a history check for me, please.
Cool. Oh my god.
Is it a nat 20? Take it if it is.
No, it was a 19 though.
Oh, that's
plus.
That's good. Okay, so plus
Plus
whatever.
3.
Yeah. So you recall hearing talk recently surrounding the Castellantes after you were doing some research when you got that information about them in the ledger.
Yeah.
That they're rumoured to have ties to a devil worshipping cult of some kind.
That sounds nice.
They have Inferno. They're apparently like This is rumoured, it's not been confirmed. They're apparently members of an infernal pact. But
Whips and
this
chains,
is...
demons and flames.
Yeah.
Whips and chains.
Nah.
And that might be best suited for someone who likes hot sauce then.
Yeah. I'll pass it around.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that with the motorcar.
Yeah. Which one was that again?
The
Castellanders.
The Castellantal family. Yeah, I was just doing things. How do you spell it? I think I've spelled it wrong.
It's C-A-S...
Yeah.
S-A-L-A-N-T-E-R.
Dude, that's how I. Oh, nice. I guessed that as well.
So Castellanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so Bramble, that just leaves
Sure.
you without an assignment. So what do you want to do instead?
Xanathar's Guild.
I could do Xanathar's Guild then.
Yeah, all right. That's good. Okay, so while we've got Mr. Kelly here, should we start with the Zentarip?
Yeah.
Because we need to make the most of it. Okay. So, Calamari, after the Open Lord and the Black Staff finish the meeting with you, they say, so we wish you luck with your endeavour. Report back to us as soon as you have news of any development. We will work to improve the city's defences while you're away. With Dorabeth's aid here, with her advice from her experience dealing with creatures of this kind, and we will see you soon, hopefully. So you all depart, going your separate ways. Oh shit, pencil flew out of my hand and hit the screen. 3D! So yeah, Calamari, you're off into the nearest den of the Zentarim that you can recall, which is... I'm trying to find it. Where the heck is it? Here we go. 24. Not as far as I can see.
He's fine.
Right. Oh,
Oh yeah, there you are.
Hey Mike, so
Hello.
so we can hear you. So you're setting off to find the nearest Zenta in HEIMAT, which is it's on Castle Lane, which is a ramshackle 2-story warehouse, and they have other sanctuaries in the city, but this is the one that you recall the most. The best. So actually, I think it's fairly nearby. Someone find Castle Lane. Anyone see it? Pretty sure it's near the castle. Regardless, that's where you go. So it stands at the back of an outer yard behind a high fence, and the gate on the fence is not locked. So it has, you remembered it has 3 points of entry. There's a front door, a large warehouse loading door, and a painted over window, but they're all locked. And the front door has a sliding peephole that they open from the inside to check on folks that are visiting. So what do you want to do in this instance, Mike?
just gonna rock straight up to the front door.
Okay.
Crazy.
Brazen, straight in.
So
To my people, though, so you know.
as you knock on the door, you hear the sound of scrambling, toppling furniture from inside. But no one comes to answer. So what do you want to do here, Mr. Calamari?
Cooey, any Zenta in home?
So can you do a wisdom perception roll for me, please? Wisdom perception check.
11.
11. Oh dear. So you hear nothing further coming from inside, and there's still no response.
Inspire yourself.
Get inspired. Did you say it was a side door?
There's a large warehouse loading door and a painted over window. So you can attempt to pick the lock on the front door or the back door or the window if you want to.
I'll go for the window.
Okay. So do a dexterity check. Do you have thieves' tools, Cal?
Oh, I don't.
No. Okay. So yeah, just roll a dex check for me, please.
16.
16 is good. So yeah, you using your tentacles. 16. Yeah, shit, we missed it. you deftly managed to like work the mechanisms and open the door and push it open a crack. So then what do you want to do?
I'd like to try and peek inside and listen and see if there's anyone around.
Okay, do another perception check for me, please.
6.
Okay, so
He's back.
the place seems deserted as far as you can tell, though you can see the furniture and various other objects situated around the place that have been knocked over, which was the noise that you heard a moment ago when you knocked on the door. So they've recently been disturbed and they're all a tumble on the floor, upended and what have you. So there's signs of recent habitation.
Okay, I'll try and sort of like get into the window head first, and I'll just drop down on the cans and drop on my head.
Okay.
Choosing to.
Stealthily as possible.
So do a stealth check then for me, please. Right.
Actually, did all right. 21 for that.
Oh,
I dropped on my head really quietly.
Yeah, you did really well. So you sliver through the gap almost bonelessly, like an actual octopus, and splop onto the floor, and then reconstitute, and you're now inside in the dark confines. So what next? There's a dozen corpses, by the way, that you can see now that lie along the bottoms of the walls, and their weapons are lying nearby them. And you can see on the north side of this room, there's stairs that rise to an open level above. So tossed furniture, corpses, and an open stairwell that leads to another level.
That sounds good.
Crazy party.
Can I see from one of the corpses what has befallen them?
Do an investigation check for me.
I get 19.
19. Yeah, they've been. Their throats have been slit and their hearts have been pierced by bladed weapons.
Shit.
It's like an assassin job.
Jesus.
Looks like professionals have done it.
I've done it. Stairs going up, you say?
Yeah.
The stairs and kind of like peer up them and try and go up them as quietly as possible.
One other thing that you should note, the corpses, 5 of them are Zentarim, which you note from the various like either insignia or tattoos on their body that indicate their allegiance, and the rest are Xanathar Guild thugs. So there's 5 dead Zentarim and 7 dead Xanathar's Guild thugs.
Are they like working together or in opposition, or do I not know?
You don't know from what you can see here so far.
Could be a task.
Do any of them look like their name might be DeVille?
No.
Who's that?
Okay, I'll head to the stairs.
Well, he could be in the Yawning Portal because he does his business out there.
Oh,
But Calamari
This
went,
business.
Calamari went to a hideout to see if you would be there rather than the Oiva. So,
Okay, so I'll if there's nothing else unusual down here, I'll head to the stairs. Unusual bunch of dead bodies.
So as you head up the stairs, let's see. Give me a second. Because of the tattoos or hidden insignia that he would know to look for, being a member of the. Sorry, the Xanathar, they have marks on the back of their tattooed on the back of their on their palms. Sorry, that looks like a circle with 10 spokes radiating out. That's the Xanathar insignia. Yeah, it's eye stalks. So do a perception check for me, Calamari, as you're like skulking up those steps to the next level.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
What do you say?
Yeah.
10.
You say 8?
10.
10.
Oh, 10. Okay. So, as you enter onto the landing, and you're scoping out the area, which is filled with crates. This looks like it is mainly used as a warehouse. A figure comes up behind you and attempts an attack. Can you do a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
Okay, that's better. I get 21.
21, nice. So your hackles, or whatever passes for a hackle on an oxygen, your tentacles quiver. Your tentacle senses tingling. Yeah. And you deftly sort of like move your body out of the way of a blade that thrusts into where your spine would be, and you see this humanoid bird creature which resembles a crow, lunging to make the attack out of a hiding place in the darkness. What do you want to do? Do you want to fight them, or do you want to attempt to reason with them?
A chromanoid. Don't kill me. I'm friendly.
A chromanoid.
Is that reasoning enough? Please don't take my spine out with your sword.
So it says in a deep voice, which sounds more like an orc. Like you were expecting like a more bird-like. But it says, Xanathar sends its regards.
No.
And then do a persuasion check for me, please, on this creature.
17.
What was that, Mike? Sorry, you didn't get that.
19.
19, that's good. Okay.
17.
17, sorry, that's still good. I need its stats. I'm struggling to find it. Here we go. Okay, so it doesn't seem convinced. It tilts its head in an extremely bird-like fashion, and then slashes at you with the knife again. Now, do you want to still continue trying to reason with it, or do you want to just fight this fucker?
It seems like I almost had it. I'll try one more time.
Okay.
No, seriously, I'm as surprised by all these dead bodies as you are.
I don't think they're surprised.
So you're going to roll another persuasion check for me if you want to try and seal
Sure.
reason.
Okay. So that's 15 this time.
15. Okay.
Spy yourself.
So the creature pauses and tilts its head again, like it seems like confused by the persistence in trying to convince it of something, and then it just says again in a voice that isn't its voice, like it's mimicking something. Xenophor sends its regards, and slashes at you again. Do a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Oh my
God.
You're gonna try and convince it again.
21.
21.
Yeah, good.
Oh, he's like, oh, you slipped there.
So
He slips again.
It seems like you're trying to
so
kill
it
me.
pauses again, and it like tilts its head in even more bafflement, just like, and then it says in another totally different voice, "You want to trade?"
Well, what kind of a trade, my friend?
It just tilts its head and says, Kenkos can't talk, so I have to. They mimic things they've heard. So what do I say?
Something that fish trade or something. Market stall seller.
It's crow-like, right? Can Calamari take something sparkly out of his pocket?
Well, it says to you, knowledge is power. And then if you take some sparkle out of his pocket, its eyes suddenly fixate on the sparklies, and it says, "Is it mine?"
It can be yours if you stop trying to kill me.
Mine. And then it like sheaths its dagger and just waits expectantly with its hand out for the shiny.
Excellent. I hand over the exceptionally sparkly penny that I just took out of my
What, copper or a polished copper?
penny. Really shiny though. Really shiny.
So it holds up and it's like marveling at how well polished this copper piece is, despite it having very minimal value. It's pleased by the shine of this object, and then looks at you expectantly. Anything else you want to say?
Did you kill all of these people?
And it nods, like just nods its head, like up and down.
Why?
Why?
Xenophor sends its regards.
Oh. Okay. You haven't killed Devil, have you?
Tilts its head, thinking, and it says, "You want to go and see Devil at the Yawning Portal?"
I see. Well, it's been splendid meeting you. I'm going to back out of this window now. Toodle pip.
And then in response it says to you, "Well, it's been splendid meeting you. I'm going back out of this window now. Toodle pip." And before you get out of the window,
Brilliant.
it jumps out of the window and disappears into the night.
Amazing.
So you're just standing in this dark warehouse with all these dead bodies alone at the minute.
Have we ever fought a Kenku before?
No.
Not have we?
No, that's one of the few things you've not encountered before.
Okay.
So what do you want to do now? Like he's.
I guess now that the threat's gone now, I'll have another skulk around and see if there's anything else around here.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I put the book away. What am I doing? Put the book away like a amateur. So, do you want to just do an investigation check for me to see if you can dig up any interesting artifacts here?
Let's see. I got a 2.
Oh, fuck.
That's a no then.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, then I leave and head to the portal.
Put that book away, Aaron.
Okay, I'll put the book away again. So,
Do you want to move on to something else so they can have a go and all?
all right, bud. That was good though. Okay, so who wants to go next? Who wants to go and pursue some? It's up to you guys. Don't let me dictate.
I am ready, but please somebody else go.
You do yours, Mike.
Okay, so you're going to the halls of justice in the castle ward, which probably isn't very far.
On my way there, I start scribbling sort of notes and sort of pondering over exactly what I'm going to say. I'm going to prepare a little speech.
Okay, sounds good. Have you got something figured out already?
Yes.
Okay, nice. Right. So.
I'll mutter things like, no, no, too grovelly. Oh, no, they'll like that.
Need some info. It's 163. Hang on a sec, sorry. Be entertaining somehow.
I'm gonna go get whiskey.
So that is entertaining.
Surely it's relaxing to hear the sound of flipping pages. It's like AMS. What's it? AMS.
When you said that creature was called a Kenko, I just thought, is there a coffee called Kenko?
Kenko coffee, yeah.
Kenku.
No, I just have a picture of one of those things just like supping on some coffee.
Man, I can't find the entry. I'm really doing bad DMing today because I've like forgotten everything and sod it. Right.
I feel like if you were to plot out in sort of node format, sort of all the bits you need to like touch into Aaron, it would just look like a massive spot. And I feel like probably other people managed to like just make it just a single linear path through, you know. Let's just hope they just follow it. You make things hard for yourself. Give us too much
I'm
choice.
too ambitious.
Misfits are involved.
That's great though.
I can't find it. Here it is. Here it is. There's the entry. Let's see what this tells me. Okay, so it's on a cliff overlooking the Sea of Swords on the north bank. Oh wait, this is the wrong Hall of Justice.
No,
Many halls
Ezra
of
turns
fucking justice
around
are there?
It's the lesser one of justice.
Let's see. I love like broadcasting my failure
That's
to the
all
world.
justice's cousin.
Broadcasting my failures to the world. It's so much fun.
The Hall of Just Ice. It's cold.
Filled with
Cold as ice here. I take no remorse.
Ezra spends the whole evening like trying to persuade this like person that, you know, bring all your peoples and finally convinces this guy. He's like, all right then, me and my 3 friends will help you. Wait, this is the proper Hall of Justice, right?
You've just narrated the whole thing. Roll persuasion. You did it for me. I don't need to do anything now.
Is this the lesser Hall of Justice? No, you want the actual Hall of Justice? Oh, it's down the street.
Here we go.
Is it the adjacent Hall of Justice?
Okay, so whatever. You make your way over to this impressive temple dedicated to Tyr in the castle ward, and you're pointed towards your point of contact by some of the other acolytes or whatever are inhabiting the place, and you find Savra is knelt at some form of the description has gone out of my head today. Some sort of altar. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. and she's dressed entirely in like full plate armor, like just impractically, just with emblazoned with various insignia representing Tyr. So really, it's up to you what you want to do here, Ezra. She seems like she's deep in communion.
So I'll just sort of clear my throat, see if that attracts her attention.
So she doesn't move, as far as you can tell. She still has her back to you, kneeling down in apparent prayer.
Okay. I do so hate to disrupt your solemn prayer, milady, but I have a matter of utmost importance and requires your urgent attention.
So she finishes. She mutters something that's inaudible to you, which she's obviously trying to keep private, and she turns her head to eye you. You're Paladin of Amornator, is that right? What are you now?
Yes.
Yeah. She sees the Sun Lord's insignia emblazoned upon you somewhere on your person, and she's like, Amornator, eh? Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Paladin?
Trying to be.
Good on you. So what is it you want?
My most worthy knight captain, I beseech your renowned duty to your fellow. Sorry, my push to talk button is typing in Notepad.
I was going to say that's like just nothing after that first sentence.
This is a ridiculous problem to have. Thank you.
Hey, it wouldn't be a Misfits game if there weren't some technical issues. It's tradition. People can just look at how cool Pat is.
Okay, we're good.
We don't need to be entertaining. They can just look at Pat. He's like a statue of
Yeah.
He looks like a poster for an 80s action movie.
You need a pink Uzi.
Yeah, where's your pink Uzi, Pat? Have you been asleep this whole time?
Okay, so here's the thing. Normally, I probably wouldn't even be here. Pat has such a raging migraine, he's just trying not to vomit.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Put your glasses
don't
on
take them
and
off.
you
That's not
chill.
what we were
Sorry for
saying.
being
We
a
were
bit
saying you look
quiet.
cool.
Sorry for being a bit quiet, but I'll just sit here and look cool and try not to.
All good, man.
That's
That's
okay,
great,
man.
Pat. Well, thank you for your service.
Oh,
Mike,
Right,
sorry.
from the top then.
Yeah.
Sorry.
My most worthy knight captain, I beseech your renowned duty to your fellow man, for I bring grave tidings. The city of Waterdeep may very soon be under siege from a threat the likes of which this world has not seen. Great beasts are being summoned to this realm to level the city to the ground. In their wake, chaos, destruction, and death. I paint a grim picture, but hope is not lost, for the factions of this city are, as we speak, mustering their strength to stand against this threat. The strength and valor of the Knights of Tether would be an inspiration to all were you to join this coordinated effort. I fear for us all should we fail to assemble, for divided, the city of Waterdeep shall fall, and who then shall defend this land from this monstrous invasion? So I entreat you humbly and earnestly. Can the city of Waterdeep count on the courage of the Knights of Tether to be the bedrock of this resistance and stand together in its moment of need?
Wow. That was good, Mike. Can you roll a persuasion check with advantage, please?
Yeah.
Roll the 2. Oh,
That's all right.
I love it.
23.
23. She
nailed it.
She turns to you, draws her sword. She's like, "Show me what to hit." She's like, "You can count on our blades." And everyone in the temple who overheard your entreaty draws their various weapons and raises them, and they're like, "You have our swords, you have our axes," and they're all just like in earnest, like and somebody at the back is applauding, like yeah. So, I mean, you can tell them what is required and where to go and what have you, should you choose to. And they'll
let us to the what's the name of the district?
Castle Ward.
Castle Ward, right?
Yeah.
To the Castle Ward. Gather what forces you can, and make.
Oh, Lapis got cut off, mate.
Oh, and make haste.
So they're like, you can count on it. We'll be there. And there's like another cheer, like, "Rah!" So well done.
That was easy.
Right, who wants to go next? Have we got time? What time is it?
10 to.
We can do one more.
Okay. Who want, other than Pat? Because obviously Pat needs the rest. Has you want to go?
I can go next, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, give me a sec. I've got more paper turning to do.
While Aaron's doing that, could you guys just repeat to me what the rumours and stuff were about the family? Was that what we were saying with the rumours?
Yeah, the rumours were that, hold on 2 seconds, recall hearing a talk about them, ties to devil worshipping cult, infernal pact.
Okay.
Since you're like the resident expert on such things.
Well, not really. I just happen to be a tiefling.
Yeah. Close enough.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm just thinking how to spin it.
Okay, so Bramble, let's say that you go and talk to the dung sweepers who have, intimate knowledge of a lot of the areas of Waterdeep's seedy underbelly, and you knock on their door, and Jasper opens it. He's like, "Oh, hello, Bramble. Fancy seeing you. Weren't expecting a visit from you so soon after the last thing. What is it we can help you with here? What do you need?" So you can tap these for information about, like.
Okay, I'll probably Jasper, was it?
Yeah.
It's a pleasure meeting you again. Yeah, unfortunately so soon. I wish I could come back at a later date. I was looking for Cole. I think he might be able to give me some information on the Xanathar's Guild, unless you know something about them.
Oh no, not me. Cole's quite the best bet for that. I'll go get him. He's just changing a barrel. Hang on. All right, come in, make yourself comfy at the bar, and pour yourself a drink if you want. Just won't be a moment. And he's like, Cole, Cole, and he disappears into the back, and you hear like some go, "Fucking hell, I'm standing right next to you. You don't have to shout, bloody deafening me." And he comes out. And he's like. And Jasper's like, "Oh, it's Bramble from the Misfits. He needs to speak to you." And he's like, "Yeah, all right." He's like, "All right there. What's up? What do you need? Do you want something?"
Yeah, I was like, so I need information. I need to talk to members of the Xanathar Guild as soon as possible, actually.
Right. Well, I mean, as you know, most of my contacts are in the Zentrum, but because of that, I've also got a fair amount of knowledge about the Xanathar Guild as well as a knock-on. You can't deal with one without having some knowledge of the other, because they're always at each other's throats. So, if you want to get in touch with someone from the Xanathar Guild now, I've got to advise you that it ain't going to be pleasant, and it might cost you something. So, they've got all sorts of hideouts throughout the sewers. Really, it's the sewers that you need to get into and have a scrounge about in. There's one particular boss of an area called. He's an orc. He's a half orc called Grumshaw, and his hideout is Jesus, where the fuck is it? So if you find the main sewer entrance in the Jesus Christ. Let me just look at the map so I can get a bearing. Yeah, if you go to the market, there's one of the main sewer entrances there, and go down into that and just keep going eastwards. You'll eventually you'll be questioned, shall I say, by some of the Xanathar sentries there, and providing you've got means to pay for passage, they might be able to arrange a meeting with this Gramshar. But as I say, you're taking your life into your own hands, going down there. Whatever you've got to bribe them with better be pretty high. Like you're basically paying for your life. I mean, not that they'd probably best you in a fight, considering all the tricks you've got up your sleeve. But you know, it's better to be diplomatic than just go wading in if you want a conversation with somebody.
That'd be true.
So yeah, as I say, go to the market, find the nearest sewer entrance. That you've seen them around the city. Those drain covers marked with the city's coat of arms. Get down there and just keep heading east, and eventually one of them will find you, and that's how you'll be able to organise a meeting.
Cool. I thank him. I said, thank you, and I go for a handshake.
Yeah. So
And in my hand is like a little bit of devil weed.
a little bit of devil
Oh
weed. So
my.
it's like, yeah, no problem. Like as we said, anything you guys ever need, we can help you with. We're here to do so. And as he feels the weed, he's like, oh yes, now you're talking my language. He's like, me and Jasper will make light work of this evening. He's like, yeah, thank you. Take care. See you soon, maybe.
See you soon.
So do you go to the market and enter the sewers?
Fuck it. Why not? I'll do it.
Okay. So you splash down into the stinky channels that obviously ferry away all the effluents from the city, and you're slogging through like 1 foot deep sewage water. There's lots of turds and other unpleasantries floating past you, rats, some bugs, and it obviously stinks. And the main sewer tunnel expands as you keep going east into a circular hub with a pair of arrow slits carved into its outer walls directly across from each other. Two passages continue on through the north and south till you come to a stone door which is set into the back wall of a stone ledge on the east side. So, can you do a stealth check for me, please, Bram?
Yep. 15.
50. Yeah. Okay. So as you get closer and you can see into these arrow slits carved into the walls, you can see that there's a goblin in either, like, stationed behind either one with like a notched arrow, like just not pulled taut, but just, you know, ready, and they're like looking at these slits into the sewer passage. So what do you want to do?
Ooh, that's a loud beep. I'm gonna say. Is it two of them?
Yeah, one in each arrow, behind each arrow slot.
So I'm just gonna say, I haven't come here to fight with you guys. I need to have a word with Grimshaw. So before you fire your arrows, please, I advise you not to.
Okay, so in response to your voice suddenly just emanating from nearby, one of them is like, shit, and lets the arrow like drop out of his thing and falls out from the slit and splashes into the sewer water beneath you. And he's like, there's a voice! There's a ghostly voice emanating out of nowhere! Who is it? Who are you? It's not my dad, is it? Are you my dad? Have you come back to get me fetching after death? I told you he'd come and get me one day, Snorkel! And the other goblin is like, what are you bloody on about? I see nobody! There's nobody there! You prat! It's like, you're dreaming! You're having a waking dream! Speak up! Who's out there? Are you a ghost or are you a person?
I'm not a ghost, I'm a person. I'll say it again, I need to talk to Grumshaw, so please make haste and lead me towards him.
It's like, show yourself! I can't see you, but if you're a person, come out where we can see you.
Drop your weapons first before I lower your weapons at least. Have they lowered
I've
there?
lowered my weapon! And he hasn't.
And yeah, oh, great.
Do a persuasion check.
Alright. $17?
Yeah, that's good. He's like, all right, yeah, I mean, what can you do to us behind this wall anyway? And you see through the slot, he lowers the arrow down. The other one hasn't got an arrow anyway, he's just holding an empty bow. He's like, come out, let's see you.
Is it a slot in the wall?
Yeah, it's an arrow slot.
What did he say? Oh, it's an arrow slot.
Yeah.
Did he just say what can I do to them?
No, I just said,
Oh, I got.
come out into the
I
light.
thought he was trying to. I thought he was trying to intimidate me. I was like, oh fuck no.
No,
And
don't
how
worry,
much?
no.
Mhm.
So do you move out so they can see you more clearly into like the centre of the hub?
Yeah, I move out.
So they're like, oh, you're a weird one. Are you human?
Barely. Last time I checked.
Oh, good. Humans are crap. He's like, so, you want to meet with Grumshaw? I mean, you don't get many folks coming down here and asking for that. I mean, that's stupid. That's suicidal. Oh, you got to pay if you want passage. You got to give us something to let you come through, and then you're taking your life into your hands, and so are we. So make it worth our while.
What do I owe you for this?
Flipper here's got to buy a new bow. So,
Bow.
yeah, his bow don't work.
So you just threatened me with one person with one bow, one person without no bow.
Yeah, that's right. Just for show.
Just for sure.
We don't get
So how about-
supply and have to pay for our own gear. And Flipper's got to buy a new one.
And does Grimshaw know that you don't have any gear?
No, don't tell him. Shh.
So how about this? Instead of I owing you gold or anything in particular, such as a new bow, how about I don't tell Grimshaw that you try to ambush me with nothing more than a bow?
You blighter. Do a intimidation check.
Oh, that's what I was hoping for. 24.
That's good. I'm not going to beat that. Yeah, so he's like, oh, well, I mean, all right then. Yeah, all right, yeah. Well, we'll take you, but you say nothing about the fact that we ain't armed properly, and we'll lead you through. We'll lead you through, but you know, shh, stum. Keep it stum. Or Flipper and
No,
I
keep my lips
will
sealed.
be, our heads will be on poles. So we'll let you through. Like, you just stay there, but you got to promise not to kill us. Do you promise?
I promise.
So
Cross my heart.
do a
and
persuasion
hope to
check.
die.
Do a persuasion check. With advantage.
Okay, cool. That's non-natural 20.
No, yeah, you're good. So, okay, great. You look the sort that might keep his word, so I'm going to take it as given. So they open, the stone wall like slides up into its housing after they activate some lever, and you can slosh through into the other side of that. It's like, right, it's this way. Flipper, you take my bow, and you keep watch, and I'll lead this meeting with the boss. So Flipper is like, okay, Snorkel, right on. And he takes his bow and then sets up his position. And within moments of setting up position, you hear. And Snorkel is like, whatever, come on then. And the stone slab closes behind you, resting back into its place. And he leads you further into the sewer system to go meet Grumps. Now, do you guys want to leave it there to resume next session, or it seems like a good place to stop? Or
Yeah, that seems like a good.
Yeah, sure.
sure. Yeah, everyone good with that?
Sounds good. Yep.
Alrighty. So thanks for playing, everyone. I hope you feel better soon, Pat.
Thank you.
Again, good to have you back, Mike Kelly.
Thanks, guys.
Hope that was enjoyable. Do you think you'll be able to join us again next week?
I hope so, yeah. I mean, like, marathon training's off now, so yeah, I should be able to
Yeah. Good.
Get a camera.
Cool. Get a camera. Pat's contribution.
camera.
Misses your face.
We miss your face.
I could be naked right here. You don't want to see that.
I mean,
People all over the world want to see that.
What do you mean? How, that's kind of brash of you to think that we don't want to see that.
I'll post up the pictures, see what you think, and then maybe I'll get a camera. We'll see. We'll put it to a vote.
Yeah, we'll do it on the Misfits social media. We'll have a vote for who
We
wants
can
to
have
see.
our very own OnlyFans, just for like.
Tentacle camera?
It's called Cam.
Tentacam.
All right, cool. Is there anything anyone wants to give a shout about that they want to promote or raise awareness of, other than people to isolate, wash their hands,
Stay indoors.
don't be an idiot,
Wipe your bum.
wipe your bum?
Think I'll-
No?
Nope.
Something out in the back garden is the best.
What's that?
What's that?
Wait, what?
Yeah, my garden is the best.
In the garden.
Yes.
Haven't
Yeah.
tried it yet, guys, and you need a holiday, then try it.
A trip
Cool.
to the back garden.
Exotic.
Is there any Kickstarters or anything that need some shout out? I can't remember. To be honest, I'm so poorly prepared today that I apologise to the world.
I guess, right, this now.
What's that? Oh yeah, these are cool.
This is the cover. This is the second part of this screen. Woo! These were from a Kickstarter, but now I think they're
More to your left. More to your left.
largely available.
There you go. Oh no, right. Sorry, because the camera's
Yeah,
flipped.
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
These are like basically like the map pack things. They're like little A4 kind of box, but they come with all these. You have to cut them out, unfortunately, but they're like dry erase pieces of D&D. And here you get like ships and stuff. You gotta cut them out. Here's one I cut out earlier.
Wow.
Seamless. It's a ship on fire. That ship's
So-
fucked. No,
That's
it's not fucked. It's an
Oh,
unfucked
nice.
ship.
Cool. What is
Yeah.
it called, and where can you get them from?
It's called 1985 Games. If you Google that, and it's their what they called Dungeon Craft.
Yeah.
This is the Seafaring and Hellscape map pieces, two completely opposite things.
Yeah. So if you're playing Ghosts of
Awesome.
Saltmarsh or Descent into Avernus,
That's
games,
exactly what they got in.
they would be perfect for that.
There is a standard edition of this. It comes with 1,000 pieces.
whoa.
And that's just for general, like RPG play.
That's what I've been doing all this week. Cutting out 1,000 pieces.
Fun crafts. Okay, cool. Because I can't think of anything else, I'm just going to do my product spiel. So my adventures are available on the DM's Guild. The Fox and the Fae is a Feywild set, challenging adventure about tricksters. It's full of intrigue. So if that tickles your bits, give it a go. I'd certainly appreciate the support.
Tickles your pickles.
Yeah. And the Craftmas with Gremlins is a winter festival themed adventure that's set in the plane of law, but that's been under siege by chaotic creatures. So you can buy it now and then save it for Christmas, or Craftsmas as we like to call it. And then there is my adventure, The Crimson Well, which features in the Blood Ties anthology, along with 11 other excellent adventures that are all themed around blood. So there's all sorts of different types of adventures, not just horror and sacrifice. It runs the gamut. So you're getting a good deal there with this anthology from a lot of excellent other creators. And like I say, my adventure, The Crimson Well, is featured in that, and it also has art from Mike Kelly, who's with us today, from Kat Unsworth, and from Craig, and Saren, our other missing misfit. So please, if you can afford to during these hard times, to support other creators and me, I would appreciate that. So yeah, and also I just learnt the other day, the Fox and the Fae is a silver seller on DM's Guild now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's doing really
Yeah.
well. So thank you to everybody
Very
that
nice.
has supported me.
Good job.
I appreciate that.
Shit, let's draw a fox.
Yeah.
I did actually.
So yeah, that's it. We'll be back next
Oh,
Wednesday. Hopefully.
one more, sorry, Aaron. I
sorry,
thought of a
Mike.
thing.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I only just thought of it. So, while I was, as I do, browsing stuff, came across a thing I've not seen before, which is solo D&D campaigns or adventures.
Yeah, there's
I
loads of
didn't
them.
know that was a thing. So, if that idea takes your fancy, dear viewers, Google's it, you might find something to do
Yeah.
at home, which we all are.
There's a few creators that do specialise in one-on-one adventures. It's D&D Duet, and one of the I think they're a husband and wife team. I could be getting this wrong, but they contributed to the Blood Ties anthology that I'm part of.
Ah.
Yeah, and they do they specialise in writing one-on-one adventures under the name of DN Duet. So look for them, because they do.
Yeah,
some
it just
great
seemed like a
ones.
good idea, particularly if your
Yeah.
D&D group is disbanded because you can't
Yeah.
meet up or something.
Yeah, it's a great idea, Mike. Good,
You
not
could
good shout.
suggest to all your group to all do the same adventure or something.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that's a nice one. Nice shout there, Mike. Okay, so hopefully we'll be back next week, same time, 8 PM UK time, and it'd be nice if people could join us. Thank you if anybody watched. We hope we didn't put you off with too much silence and page turning. And that's it. So be safe, be kind, be creative, and play D&D.
Yeah. It's dangerous out there. Here, take this.
Nice.
Give to you from across the ether. Okay, bye-bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.